welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today we're going to be taking a look at a draft that I had last night. This is one of my home leagues. It's a league that I've done with some of my college buddies. We've been doing it for about 9 years. Over the years, some of the people have changed, but in general, we're going to just take a look at my team and then we'll do a quick look through all the picks. I'll mention any that really stand out to me. So this is my team. So this one's a Superflex league. We have 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a running back / wide receiver spot, tight end, traditional flex spot. ESPN, they call it an OP, but it's the Superflex spot, defense and kicker, and 7 bench spots in general. So my team here is Cam Newton, Kenyon Drake, James Conner for my starting running backs right now, Robert Woods, Michael Thomas, DJ Moore, Hayden Hurst, Will Fuller, Derek Carr, Eagles defense, Jake Elliott as a kicker, DJ Chark, David Montgomery, Zach Moss, Jordan Howard, Gardner Minshew, Joshua Kelly, and Bryce Love. So overall, I say my team has great wide receiver depth. I love my top 4 or 5 wide receivers. Obviously, we got Robert Woods. Michael Thomas was my first pick. I had the number 4 picked in this draft. DJ Moore is somebody I love a lot this year. Will Fuller, I'm starting week 1 over Chark, but I like both Fuller and Chark this year. My weakness probably will come down to maybe my second quarterback and probably like my starting running backs. I don't love Drake and Connor, but they're kind of the best players available at the spot that I did take them. Hopefully Montgomery, Moss, Howard, Kelly, Love. Hopefully I hit on one of these guys and I'm able to start them pretty much week in and week out. But overall, not too much to say about this team. I think it was a pretty good team. I think it's compared to a lot of the other teams in the league, it's at least slightly above average. I did go 17-0 in this league last year. We brought in a couple new people, and I think it's going to be a little bit more competitive this year as well. So I'm going to go back to the draft history. We'll go through the different picks, pick the ones that stood out as notable. So this was the first round, McCaffrey, Elliott, Barkley. I took Michael Thomas at number 4 over Kamara. I'm not crazy about Kamara's situation right now, so I went with the safety of Michael Thomas. This is a PPR league as well. I almost took Derrick Henry just to do something a little bit different than I haven't been doing. Then Henry, Cook, Jacobs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Joe Mixon. So for this being a Superflex league, quarterbacks don't go too early in this league. It's closer to a traditional league or a traditional 1 quarterback league. Let's put it that way. Then Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes went after that. We had Aaron Jones, Julio Jones. So Julio went maybe a little bit lower in this draft than some other ones. So running backs probably went a little bit earlier. I was looking at Miles Sanders for my second pick, but he was already gone. So then I was pretty much between Kenyon Drake and Austin Eckler. I went ahead and picked Drake. Then in the 3rd round, I picked DJ Moore in the 3rd round. ESPN's got him a lot higher than other sites, so I thought if I didn't take him here, I wouldn't get him, and I just want to get a share of DJ Moore in some league at this point. It seemed like he'd been getting sniped on me a lot, so we went ahead and drafted him there. I was also looking at George Kittle and Chris Godwin as well. This was kind of a wide receiver run here. You've seen Todd Gurley and Chris Carson go as well in the 2 tight ends. Then Godwin fell all the way to the 4th, which was a huge surprise. Then we had a lot more wide receivers here. Nothing super crazy. We got the couple running backs, Le'Veon Bell. I took James Conner here because I needed that second running back, and he was the best one in my opinion at that point. Then the 5th round is where a couple quarterbacks started coming off the board. Deshaun Watson went, Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray. Like I said, it's a super flex league, but it drafts more closely to a regular traditional 1 quarterback league. I went ahead and took Robert Woods here. I would have took Deshaun Watson probably if he was available, but I kind of wanted to wait on quarterback again because knowing this league and just the people in it, I was able to wait more on quarterback. Robert Woods in the 5th I think is good value. Nobody else really stands out in that range. Pretty typical picks there. Gibson went with the first pick in the 6th round. Jeremy took him. I kind of expected him to take him there. Russell Wilson came off the board. No other quarterbacks in that round, though. We went with DJ Chark. He was just kind of the best player available, so I went ahead and took him. With the flexibility of this league being able to start essentially like 2 flex spots, Chark made a lot of sense there. Cam Akers was the one. My dad actually took him, and I don't like Akers at all. Round 7 was a little bit more mixed. You got Tom Brady coming off the board. Some of them a good tier wide receivers here. I like the Hollywood Brown pick, but I already had 4 wide receivers, so I couldn't take him. I took David Montgomery I know he's going to miss probably like the first 2 games, but coming back, he could be somebody that could be like a running back 2 or running back 3, a flex play that could have some value, especially in this league. Nothing too crazy around 8, honestly. Probably the craziest one would be Matt Breida. I think he went a little too early. And then we had Josh Allen come off the board there. Tom Brady was in the 7th round as well. Like round 9 is where some more quarterbacks started coming off the board. We had Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, Joe Burrow, Carson Wentz, Matt Stafford. Stafford was somebody I was probably going to pick in the 10th round if he was still there. We went with Zach Moss. Like I said, I've been buying up Zach Moss everywhere. I think he's going to be a great pick this year, especially in 2020. Tebow Samuel is a pretty good pick in the 9th round as well. Marvin Jones, I like that as well. So 9th round was pretty solid altogether. 10th round, Jamison Crowder in the 10th round. I think that's very good value. Jeremy did well there. Dobbins made sense as well. Then you had some more quarterbacks. You had Aaron Rodgers, Daniel Jones, Ben Roethlisberger. I was actually able to grab Cam Newton here. It seemed like a lot of people were getting their second quarterback, so I went ahead and grabbed Newton as my first one. If he's healthy, he could be great this year. First defense went off in the 10th round there, I believe, with the 49ers defense. And then Julian Edelman won all the way in the 11th round. That's great value. Deontay Johnson I like a lot here as well. I went with Jordan Howard. I feel like in the 11th round, getting a starting running back, somebody that you can plug and play if you need to, is great value there. Let's see. Steelers defense went. Gronk went. Ronald Jones in the 11th round. He could be a pretty good pick as well. Chris Thompson's another notable name there. Then we had McCole Hardman, Darrell Henderson. Philip Lindsay in the 12th round could be good value as well. Jared Goff went before my pick. I went ahead and I picked Hayden Hurst in the 12th round. Honestly, this was great value for my tight end. I was waiting on tight end and nobody else was picking Hurst, so I'm like, I might as well do it now. Like, it made sense to me. Anthony Miller, I love there as well. I think James White could be a sneaky play there as well. 13th rounds, we got some more quarterbacks. I went ahead and I took Gardner Minshew here. I like his upside. Between my 3 quarterbacks, I feel like I could I'm going to be able to rotate 2 of them in week to week that will be able to play and put up decent points for me. Let's see. Preston Williams was another good pick here. Duke Johnson I like a lot as well. Madison made sense. He actually took Dalvin Cook, so that made sense. Latavius Murray could be a good one as well. Tannehill was somebody I was kind of looking at as well for probably my 3rd quarterback. 14th round, Bryan Edwards. Jeremy took him on me. I really wanted him at the end of the draft, but I wasn't able to get him. Then a couple tight ends came off the board. Patriots defense. I took Joshua Kelly here. I've been grabbing him everywhere. I think he's going to be a solid running back this year, especially in the later half of the year. He's going to get that Melvin Gordon role, and I think he's going to roll with it. Marlon Mack here as well in the 14th round. That's pretty good value. Then we had a couple kickers come off the board in the 15th round. I took Bryce Love. If he's the starting running back in Washington in the 15th round, that's tremendous value. So it's worth taking a shot that late. Obviously, I missed out on Edwards, so I want to have another wild card upside pick. Boston Scott, I like that pick too. Tony Pollard's fine. And then we got the 16th round. Not too many notable picks here, really. I took Derek Carr here. I like his week 1 matchup. I like him this year with the weapons that the Raiders have put around him, and I think he'll do well. He's a lot better than most of the other quarterbacks that are still left out on the board. And like I said, moving him and Minshew around, between the 2 of them, you should be able to get a halfway decent starter, especially as your quarterback number 2. Then Alshon Jeffrey's kind of interesting pick there. Pretty much the next 2 rounds were just defense and kicker. I took the Eagles defense. They have a great week 1 matchup, so I went ahead and rolled with that. Let's see if anybody else interesting was in there. Kirk Cousins, Curtis Samuel, just throwing a couple other names out there. Kickers are kicker. They're all pretty much the same. Unless they're on one of them teams that are going to score a bunch of points. I went ahead with Jake Elliott. I think he's got a decent week 1 matchup to score some points. He's been pretty solid over the past couple of years. And then Jack Doyle and Drew Lock went in there as well. But overall, pretty good draft. Like I said, I think our team's pretty competitive, especially compared to some of the other teams in the league. If you guys kind of like my insight in these videos, I have one more draft, which is actually going to be on Sunday, oddly enough. So it's going to be after the first game, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is at this point. If you guys want to hear my reaction to that draft, I'll make a video on that one too. So this league's been around for 9 years. I've won it 3 of the years. I got second place, I think, 2 more times. I've only missed the playoffs once. So I've had a lot of success in this league. Like I said, we made it a little bit more competitive this year. We actually got rid of like 4 or 5 teams. A couple of them didn't want to come back. Some of them weren't very active. And then we brought in 3 new owners who should be more active and make it a little bit more competitive. But with that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this video. If you guys liked and enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports. If you're a new or current subscriber who already hasn't done so, please hit that notification bell as well. It will let you know every time that I post up a video. If you guys have any comments about this league, my draft, any questions you had about it, if you saw a pick that I made that maybe you thought I should have taken a different player, let me know down in the comments below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. If you guys have a draft coming up and need some more advice, maybe tonight, maybe you're drafting right before the first game of the season, maybe you're drafting after the first game of the season, kind of unfortunate. But if you're in that situation, feel free to reach out to me. Leave a comment down below. I'll answer any question you guys have. You can also reach out to me at the email coachcraigsports@gmail.com, on Facebook at Coach Craig Sports, and then on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, or if you're in a fantasy football discussion group, if you post something there, I look at a lot of posts on there, and I try to give my advice to as many people as I can on there as well. But like I said, I just want to give you guys a little bit of insight on my team, the draft, how it turned out for my team, and this league. I'll probably make a couple videos following up on my leagues this year. This will be one of those teams, and I'll let you guys know how I'm doing. But with that being said, that's all I got. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a great rest of your day.